Death of Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln was born in a one-room log cabin in LaRue County, Kentucky.
He was born on February 12, 1809.
His father was a carpenter.
His mother died when he was just 9 years old.
As he grew older, he never went to college.
He was a lawyer and dabbled in politics.
He did not like slavery.
He believed that slavery was a moral issue.
He married Mary Todd on November 4th, 1842.
They had 4 children together.
Abraham Lincoln was elected president on November 6, 1860.
Lincoln instituted the nation's first income tax.
He also created the Department of Agriculture.
The Civil War started April 12, 1861.
During the beginning of the Civil War, Lincoln simply wanted to preserve the Union.
On January 1, 1863, Lincoln gave the Emancipation Proclamation, freeing all slaves in Confederate states.
Colorado was a mostly pro-Union state, although they supported both sides.
7 months later, on the same day, Lincoln freed the slaves. The most deadly battle of the Civil War was fought, the Battle of Gettysburg.
The Civil War ended on April 9, 1865 at Appomattox Courthouse in Virginia.
On April 14, 1865, Lincoln was enjoying a performance of Our American Cousin with Major Henry Rathbone and his fiancée, Miss Clara Harris, and Mary Todd, Lincoln's wife.
John Wilkes Booth, after spending time at a saloon during intermission, entered Ford's Theater one last time at 10:10 p.m.
Booth entered the president's box at 10:14 p.m. on April 14th with a Derringer pistol.
Booth aimed and fired into the back of Lincoln's head, and the president slumped forward.
He was carried across 10th Street to a boarding house opposite the theater, but the doctor's best efforts failed.
Booth escaped by jumping from the box onto the stage after citing Semper Tyrannis.
Although Lincoln is not the only president to be assassinated, he was the first.
Even though 4 presidents were assassinated, Lincoln's assassination was shocking because the nation had just exited a major civil war and was starting to return to a state of peace.
Just as the nation believed the war and bloodshed was behind them, Booth shot Lincoln in the back of the head and shocked the nation and the world.
The impact of Lincoln's assassination showed the nation that the president could be assassinated and that he was not invulnerable.
The doors are now open for people to try to succeed to assassinate presidents.
Although the assassination was terrible, some good came out of it.
The reconstruction of the Union continued and succeeded.
The assassination rocked the nation.
All of the politicians in the nation were on a high alert.
Lincoln's assassination also changed the way that you could speak with the president.
After Lincoln died, the president was shut inside and would only talk to politicians.
The people of the nation realized that you don't know how good something is until you...
The Secret Service was created July 5th, 1865 with the task of protecting the president. Lincoln was honored after his death in 1909 when he was put on the penny.
Then 5 years later, in 1914, Lincoln was put on the $5 bill.
Lincoln was also an influence during his presidency.
Lincoln gave speeches and signed laws.
One of Lincoln's most famous speeches was the Gettysburg Address.
77 years ago, our fathers brought forth upon this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal.
These famous words are known by many people around the world.
With these words, Lincoln spurred on the nation.
These words helped the nation to get the encouragement to win the war.
Lincoln's assassination had many impacts upon the world and changed many things.
Abraham Lincoln will forever be remembered in history.